Why do you treat yourself like a piece of trash that nobody would even pick from the street? Why do you see yourself that way? You're a diamond, baby. A diamond that is very rare and that everyone wants. And if you think that way, if you actually feel that way about yourself, you'd make people obsessed easily. Because how you treat yourself is how people treat you. How you see yourself is how people see you. That is just the basic rules of psychology. If you're afraid to lose somebody, I'm gonna stop you right there. That is not something you should be afraid of. What you should be afraid of is that just means that you don't have yourself. It's not scary to lose other people. It's not scary to end relationship. People come and go. So what if your ex left you? You're still here watching this video, listening to me. You're still alive. You're still breathing. Yes, it might hurt, but guess what? You have yourself, and no matter what happens, no matter who leaves your life, whether it will be parent, friend, your boyfriend, no matter how painful that can be, you will still have yourself. You will be the person who will be there holding your hand while you're crying. And no matter what happens, till the moment that you die, from the moment that you're born, you have yourself. And that should be the most beautiful thing that you need to understand and that you need to actually rely on. Instead of focusing on other people, you need to understand how to build foundation within yourself. That should be the first step, because if you have this foundation, no matter what happens, no matter who lives your life or who enters your life, no matter how turbulent the world is around you, inside you'll be peaceful, you'll be grounded, and you'll be unshakable. And that is what attracts people to you, what makes people feel wowed by you, the strong sense of foundation within. Hey guys, my name is Valeria. In this channel I talk about everything related to self-development, self-improvement, and ultimately I help you become your best self. So welcome, I'm very happy to have you here. I guess I better start off this video by saying that I do not believe in manipulations. I mean, if you want to attract traumatized people and trauma bond with somebody, go for it. Use all the manipulations that are there on the internet, the dark psychology stuff. If you want to trauma bond with somebody, if you want to make someone who has deep mother or father wounds inside to be attracted to you, be my guest. Use the regular manipulation techniques, regular games, play hot and cold, ghost them for 3 days. But imagine a little boy who loves his mommy very much and his mommy leaves him. This sequence of actions is what this boy will perceive as love, is what this boy will be looking for in his future, unless he heals the mother trauma, of course, which is rarely happens in adults, because there is a very few amount of conscious people in our world, but I'm happy you're one of those. So listen to me. When you meet that guy, if you play hot and cold, sure, he'll fall crazy in love with you. He'll be obsessed with you. He'll be running after you and chasing you and trying to get you, because that is his scenario of love playing out. You're giving him this trauma food that he's feeding on. That's what he perceives as love. Unavailability, you leaving, whatever that is, he'll be obsessed with you. But guess what happens next? Once your relationship become a relationship, because let's be honest, nobody can chase you forever, and I don't think you want to be chased forever. Ask yourself a question: what do you actually want? Do you want a healthy relationship? In which case, if that is what you want, if you want an actual relationship, not a constant cycle of this honeymoon period and chasing and whatever, which objectively cannot even last long, you'll have to jump from person to person if you want to do that. But if you want a healthy relationship, the moment that chasing period stops, the moment that little boy, which is a 30-year-old guy now, will feel like he got you, like you're safe, like you're in a healthy relationship, like you're giving him the love and affection, he'd be like, what the heck? That is not what love is. That is not what my mommy did. So he's gonna get bored. And guess what? You're gonna be dumped, you're gonna be heartbroken, and that is why you don't want a traumatized guy. There are a lot of great, amazing, respectful, caring men on this planet, but guess what? They are not interested in traumatized women, and traumatized people attract traumatized people, and healthy people people attract healthy relationship. You, if you're healthy and you're mentally stable and you heal yourself, you work on yourself, you'll get bored after doing this hard cold games, manipulations. You would simply be bored. You'd be like, that is not what I want. I want the healthy one. I want the healthy stuff. And you'd be able to easily leave. That is why you need a strong foundation, because you would actually be able to be more selective. You won't need to chase and run after people who don't care about you at all. Once again, if you're afraid to lose somebody, if you're afraid that somebody is not obsessed with you, this is not what you should be afraid of and what you should focus on. What you should focus on is the fact that you're not obsessed with yourself. You don't have enough foundation within yourself to not actually give a heck about outside things, about other people, and you don't have this comfort, this stability within yourself to actually let people leave. Let them go. Let them leave. You'll survive. But in order to feel this comfort, in order to feel the safety to actually be able to let people go, you need to do certain psychological things, certain psychological processes that I'm gonna explain and share now. And yes, I'm gonna give you the tricks in this video that will actually help you build self-value, become incredibly attractive to other people and make people obsessed with you, but in a healthy way. So today what I want to teach you is how to be self-sufficient and depend on yourself. First thing that you're going to do is to understand that nobody in this world belongs to you and you do not belong to anybody. By putting your focus and your energy onto other people, you're losing ground beneath yourself. Imagine that you're standing on a small raft in the middle of the lake. Every time you put your energy and your focus onto another person by chasing them, trying to carry their weight, fix their problems, be their mommy or whatever that is, by chasing their approval, you're leaning forward off the raft and putting your energy, your weight onto their side. You put your weight to hold them up. And the more you do that, the more unstable the footing becomes, until eventually not only you'll fall into the water, but that person does as well. By focusing on others too much, you're not steadying them. You're losing your own balance. Once again, it's not scary to lose other people. What's scary is not being able to rely on yourself, not having ground within yourself. Imagine yourself as a kid, or take a picture of yourself as a kid and put that picture in front of you. By putting excessive amount of energy into other people, into people who maybe don't even know you exist or don't care about you or are not putting any effort in return, you're betraying that little kid. You're betraying that little person who fully relies on you, who loves you, for whom you're the whole world. You're betraying that person. Look at that picture and say to yourself, yes, I'm choosing blah, 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 Tom, Dick, and Harry instead of you. How does that feel? Isn't that just sad? If that doesn't make you feel sad, if that doesn't make you feel anything, I don't know what can. The way other people perceive you does not and should not in any way define the way you feel about yourself or define who you are. At the same time, in that same moment, someone can see you as a queen and someone can hate you. You do not change within those seconds. The way you are, who you are, doesn't change because somebody perceives you as a queen or somebody perceives you as trash. That does not change who you are, and that should not define who you are. Neither of those defines you. Only what you think about yourself defines you and should define you. Only you choose which one of those statements to believe, which one of those statements to focus your energy on. And there's another problem. Your attitude towards yourself changes based on whether the interest of another person drops or lowers. If somebody is more interested in you, you feel better about yourself. If it feels like somebody is less interested in you, you feel worse about yourself, and you change the way you perceive yourself and the way you treat yourself based on that. So you want other people to love you unconditionally and be obsessed with you, when you love yourself conditionally based on how Tom, Dick, and Harry sees you and don't even respect yourself. That is not how this works. Will a mother love her child less if some stranger, some neighbor doesn't like her kid? No. A normal, a healthy mother, she will love her child unconditionally. No matter what he or she does, no matter what other people think about them, she will do everything to make her child happy, to give everything to that child, to give all her love towards him or her. A mother's love is unconditional, and the only other person who should love you unconditionally is yourself. You should love yourself like a mother would love a child, unconditionally, in all circumstances, through all times, because you are your own child and you are your own parent. I'm sorry if you had a bad childhood and that wasn't the case, but guess what? Shitty childhoods, shitty relationships with parents should not affect who you are as an adult if you're a conscious person who work on themselves, because you need to build up, you need to create that adult inside yourself and take care and heal that inner child that was hurt in the past. You are your parent, your inner child, your teenage self. All of those introversions are inside you, and your own inner parent should heal your own inner child. That's what self-work is. That's what self-reflection is. All you need is yourself. Your self-worth shouldn't sway based on how people perceive you or treat you. What you need to start doing is creating independent confidence. Not self-obsession, not insecurity, but a stable, independent confidence. Because if your self-worth is too high but based on another's people opinion of you or on any external circumstances, you're gonna sway and have this emotional roller coaster throughout your whole life. Stable self-esteem is like an apple. It should be smooth with nothing that others can grab onto or tickle you. Unhealthy self-esteem is like a pineapple. Everything clings to it. After being in touch with outside world, it has a lot of trash on it because it has those sharp edges, those unhealed wounds. So how do you build that healthy self-esteem? You need to show your brain that you can give yourself everything that you want yourself, that you can create your own life yourself, that you don't need any external support other than like jobs, obviously, but you can have everything that you want without relying on others, or at least the bare minimum, like your basic needs. You need to cover those yourself. Your brain needs to understand that you can build your life, your dream life, the way you want it by yourself. And you cannot just tell that, you cannot just speak that, you cannot just vocalize that. You need to prove that with actions. Your brain is like a man. It only responds to actions. I'm gonna repeat that over and over again, but you need to understand yourself. You need to start journaling, you need to start reflecting, you need to do some shadow work, you need to learn who you are internally. Imagine a forest shrouded in mist. You have no idea where you are, you have no idea where you're going, you cannot read a map, you don't know how to use a compass, you're totally lost. You are the traveler, and your sense of self is like a map and a compass. Without them, you'll walk in circles all the time, every step will be uncertain, you might go back and don't even notice it. You have no idea where you are, you have no idea where you're going. But then you take your time to learn how the compass works and to actually study the map, and instead of wandering mindlessly, you actually put some mindfulness into what you're doing, understanding your own terrain, understanding where you're going, and the path becomes clear even if there's still mist present. You walk with confidence, your boundaries are sharp and defined. That's how it feels to other people, and that's how you'll be in real life. Others will see that clarity because it is reflected in your eyes and will be drawn to you. You'll be that beacon of light that other travelers will recognize and will try to come closer to, because you have that understanding that you know what you want, you know what you're doing. Self-conscious people who actually know themselves, are in minority in our society, unfortunately. So by doing that, you stand out so much, and guess what? People are attracted to people who stand out in any way. They just draw attention. Those with strong roots within themselves stand strong in every situation and can be grounding for other people as well. And by having this foundation within yourself, you provide stability not only to yourself, but to the people around you. And people subconsciously notice that, and they know only by getting to know yourself you can develop confidence and sense of self-identity. How can you be sure of something that you know nothing about, that you didn't understand or even try to understand? You cannot be confident with something you didn't study. So build your own foundation, be your own foundation, and then maybe a question of making people obsessed with you will not even be a question. Thank you so much for joining me today. I really appreciate having you here. Please share some insights that you got from this video or something that you found useful. I really enjoy reading your comments. I really appreciate all of them, and I'll see you in the next one.